Hi, everyone, and welcome to Sandra Cruz Unfiltered. My name is Sandra Cruz, and today I'm going to talk about how to spot and release money blocks. Money is such a huge issue for so many people, but most of them don't realize that they have this issue not because everything is getting more expensive or because their life has not been very fortunate, they have not been very successful, but because of money blocks. Money blocks can literally prevent you from getting what you want. Money blocks can prevent you from living the life of your dreams. It's not that there is not enough money to go around. It's not that everything is getting more expensive. No, it's because you are blocked from getting your share of all the money that's flowing around in the world. Those are money blocks. Now, what are money blocks? Money blocks are belief systems. Money blocks are ancestral, past life, generational, karmic issues that keep you from living the life that you want, the life that you feel inside is yours to have. Money blocks keep you from getting to where you want to be. So let's talk about the belief system and money blocks. Our belief systems were usually instilled within us by our parents, our grandparents, our great grandparents, and so on and so forth. Our whole family is instilling with us beliefs around money. And so does society. So do our friends. Now, I'm sure you have heard things like money doesn't grow on trees. Your parents aren't made of money. You have to work hard to make the life you want. Work hard and you will receive what you dream of. Well, but all of this is a mindset of lack. Believing money is hard to come by will make it hard to come by. Why is that? Money is a form of energy. Essentially, how you perceive it is how you receive it. So if you come from a mindset of lack, like money is hard to come by, money doesn't grow on trees, I will never be rich. I will never make enough money to make ends meet. I'm struggling with money every day. As soon as I have a little money aside, something happens and I have to spend it all again on car payments or rent or something else breaks down. I need to fix the washing machine or kid needs new shoes, things like that. And the money is gone again. That is a mindset of lack because how you perceive it is how you receive it. So when this is you, think about how money feels to you. Do you feel icky when you think about it? Do you resent it? Do you hate it for being so scarce in your life, for making your life so difficult? That is a mindset of lack. By shifting out of this mindset, by changing into a mindset of prosperity, you will shift how you receive money. Because right now you're blocked from receiving. And I'm telling you again, money is a form of energy. How you perceive it is how you receive it. So if you came from a mindset of prosperity, if you felt prosperous, even though you don't have much, but simply being grateful for what you have, rather than resenting what you don't have yet, you will attract more money. You will open the flow of money to come to you. Because believe it or not, money wants to be in your life. You were not born to be poor. You were not born to struggle. You were put on this planet to learn. And if you're in a mindset of lack, in a mindset of scarcity, this is your chance to learn how to shift into a mindset of prosperity. And view the other side of money, how it comes into your life, how when you have your own home-based business, all of a sudden you get new clients, all of a sudden you make more sales and money is flowing. That is just as possible as the scarcity of money. Prosperity is just the other side of the coin. So you need to learn and to start how to shift your mindset from lack to prosperity. How do you do that? First of all, money itself is neutral. It's how you look at it that either repels it from you or brings it into your life. So from now on, you start to look at the things you already have. You have a roof over your head. You have clothes to wear. You have a bed to sleep in. Think of everything you already have and just start to feel grateful for what you already have. Because once you're feeling grateful for what you have, you'll receive more. But if you take it for granted or even resent what you have because it's not what you wanted, let's say you are still living with secondhand furniture. So what? This is your life right now, but be grateful for what you have. You have that furniture. And then by opening up to prosperity, by seeing what you already have, it will shift because money will come in and you will be able to afford the furniture you were looking at for years. Just as an example. So focus on being grateful for what you already have in your life and start shifting the way you feel about money. That yes, you don't have much right now, but you have some. Be grateful for that. And I'm not saying because others have it worse. This is not what this is. No, this is about your own personal journey. We all have our dreams. We all have our hopes. We all have our goals. But if we come at it from a mindset of lack, we'll never receive it. We'll never get there because we are standing in our own way of receiving prosperity. Does that make sense? I hope so. So after you work on yourself about shifting your mindset from lack to gratitude, comes the next step. This goes into your ancestral line, your generational line, your past lives, and karmic issues. Because money blocks can be carried down through generations if the trauma surrounding the money block has not been cleared. And then you're stuck with it. But since you're becoming aware of it, you can be that ancestor who says, this stops with me. I'm going to stop the money blocks. I'm going to make sure future generations will be living prosperous because I'm releasing what needs releasing for myself, for past generations, and for future generations. So money blocks that are carried down with us could be strong belief systems, like money doesn't grow on trees, money is hard to come by. Be grateful for what you already have because it's not going to get any better. Things like that. That's money blocks. That's success blocks. That's prosperity blocks. Now, let's say 5 to 10 generations ago on your ancestral line, there was an ancestor who was very rich. And then for whatever reason, they lost everything. This is trauma because they lost their livelihood. They lost everything all at once. And all of a sudden, there was nothing there and they had to start from scratch and didn't know how. That causes trauma. And if this trauma is not healed, it will be carried down through a mindset of lack through the generations all the way up to you. But this part is not as easy as saying, well, I'm going to transform that. No, because the generational and ancestral trauma is still there. So you have to go back into your ancestral line to clear that trauma that has been carried on for generations at the root in order to release that. It could be that in a past life, you made a contract, usually demonic contracts. They're not as terrible as they sound, but they will keep you stuck because of the fine print. So usually when we make contracts, especially demonic contracts, we do so for the greater good because we want to help someone. Let's say you have children who are really, well, in a past life, your children were very sick and there was nothing that helped because the medicine was not discovered yet. And so you made a contract for your children to be healed, but the fine print said you're going to lose everything else. So, and that contract is still in place because one of those contracts goes through all through your lifetimes until it gets to you, where you can clear it because you're no longer supposed to have it. So once you clear that contract, another piece of the puzzle of the money blocks is gone. It could be that there's karma, that something happened in a past life and one of the past selves that was not very nice. And so you were stuck with karma. So you got to release the karma in order to release the money blocks. There are so many different ways, so many different reasons why we are struggling with money blocks. So if you have started to transform your mindset from the lack mentality to prosperous mentality, and it's still not working, it's time to look into your ancestral line. Because I can guarantee you there's a lot there that causes money blocks as well. I know that when I started my Divine Ancestral Healing modality, I used myself as the guinea pig, of course. And I found so many money blocks, among other things, that I kept on clearing out and clearing out. The more I cleared out, the more liberated I felt. There were times when I felt like my soul was stretching, like there was finally room to expand. And every time I cleared out money blocks, my business started growing. Life became easier. And I can tell you, it's so profound what can happen in your life when you only release what is holding you back. So let me give you some other examples of money blocks. When you're feeling uncomfortable with money, think about you doing something nice for a family member. And of course, you don't expect anything from it because you did it because you're a nice person and you're helping family, but that family member only knows how to say thank you by giving you like gas money or buy yourself something nice or something like that. But you reject it because you feel like you're being paid for something that came from the heart. That's a money block because you're feeling uncomfortable receiving money when you did something that should not be paid for. That's a money block. So think about that. When you did something for a family member, drive to the doctor's appointments or something like that, and they want to give you something in return, and they give you gas money, even though you don't need gas money or you didn't want it, so you feel offended, you feel insulted, you feel icky, and then you reject it. But at the same time, you're rejecting their thank you. The only way they knew how to say thank you, because for them, money is very important. And so that's how they're giving it to you. So basically, you're not allowing someone else to show their gratitude to your support. That's a money block too. So next time you're doing something nice for someone else and they want to give you some money as a thank you, take it, say thank you. And if you really don't need it, if it makes you feel icky, then buy some groceries for the food bank and pass it on to someone you feel could use it more. But don't reject gifts. We should never reject gifts because they come from the heart, especially when it comes to money. Another example is always worrying about the next paycheck, worrying about what expenses could come up, what could go wrong. Thinking about planning a vacation and, saving every dime you can just to go on this safari, on this cruise, on this dream vacation you wanted for so long. And then at the same time, being afraid that you will not be able to because something's going to happen that is going to make this money just go down the drain. That's a money block because you're expecting it not to be available for your dreams. Think about that. Are you doing those things? Stop. Simply stop. You deserve that vacation. You deserve that outfit. You deserve whatever you desire. But you have to believe that you deserve it, and you have to believe that the money will be there. Because you're worth it. You're so worth everything you want in this life. But you have to believe it. And that's another part of money blocks. Believing that you're deserving everything you dream of. And we all have different dreams. And our dreams evolve because at some point we will have reached that dream and then we will climb higher. And then we will have new dreams that are bigger, that are grander, maybe a bigger house, maybe the dream car. But then, of course, other people who are still in the lack mentality will make you feel guilty because I think you should be happy with what you have. How many people have done that? Other people's lack mentality has nothing to do with your dreams. You're allowed to dream. You're allowed to get whatever it is you want in this life. This is a part of your growth. Other people should not have any influence on what you want to achieve in life. It's your life, not theirs. Don't let their scarcity block you from reaching your dreams. And if you have friends and family who continuously drag you down because they live in the lack mentality, which you are gradually moving out of, you need new friends. I'm sorry, but someone who's dragging you down is not at your level. Someone who's dragging you down is not ready to see what you're seeing. They still need to evolve and go on their journey out of their lack mindset. Don't let anyone drag you down. Don't let anyone tell you this is not achievable. Don't let anyone tell you how to live your life and how money is being earned. I do hope you enjoyed my little video. If you feel that you have ancestral blocks around money or generational past life, karmic issues, please reach out. And if you look below this video, you can book a Divine Ancestral Clearing right then and there. And let's get started on clearing whatever blockages there are that are holding you back from living the life of your dreams. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And always remember, trauma is not a life sentence. You have the power to heal. Bye.